How is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? But here are all my special circumstances. Here is my condition. Here is what's going on in my life. And it doesn't feel possible. It feels really dark and awful and depressing. I want to share with you this success story from this client who went through the similar things that I just described. Just like many of you are commenting in the videos, or my clients that are coming to me, they're thinking that things are impossible, that they're hard and far away, and you can't see the possibility of how. Well, in this success story, I want to share with you someone else just like you who felt despair and darkness and impossibility, and now he's enjoying everything that he declared himself to be. Welcome, my name is Rose, and welcome to The Rosey Life, where we help you free your mind and follow your heart so you live a life that you love. Remember, the truth is simple. If you're interested in working one-on-one with me or joining the Rosey Life course and community, you can go to RoseyLife.com and read more information there. All right? So many of you know, and this is with his permission, many of you heard success stories from Michael. And this is another layer leveled up of those success stories that he's already shared. Things just keep leveling up for him and getting better. But even though he had manifested certain things already, he still was finding himself in a dark and desperate, lonely place. So this is what his success story is. He went from feeling alone, being alone, like literally physically alone, in a big house that he bought to start his life over after a divorce. And he went from feeling alone, being alone in his house, sitting there alone by himself. Weekends were horrible for him. He felt awful. He felt like there was nothing and no one, right? And from losing the relationship, he has a SP, and he that breakup was difficult for him, right? And then he was fighting to be seen and loved. He wanted his kids to come over and visit him. He wanted people to come to his house to hang out with him and swim in his pool and hang out in his backyard. He had this wonderful family home, but he was the only one in it. And sitting home all alone in his new house, working alone in his office, again, even when he would go to work and the building that he works in, he was there alone. He doesn't have coworkers. There's like nothing, no one for him to engage with. And he said even the dog, right? The dog was gone. The dog's with the ex. He lost his dog. He couldn't even get his dog. And his ex, angry at him and won't let him buy the house that they were in together. That was part of the divorce agreement, that he would not be able to buy the house back from her. He felt lost. This was what he was experiencing. It was a no, 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 no. That is what he was experiencing. However, we know why, because that came from within. He was saying no and was experiencing no. So he went from that to that, remember that big empty 4-bedroom house he was in, okay? And to both daughters over. Now he was writing to me as this was happening. He said, both daughters over in the pool. The driveway is full of cars. One of his daughter actually moved in with him, asked if she can move in with him temporarily, and son living part-time with him now because he got a job in the same building where his dad works, where my client is working, right? And he said, and he also wanted, because he said he doesn't cook very well, and he really wanted to find somebody that was affordable, that would can come over and make him some homemade meals. And so he found someone who comes and cooks for him like once a week and prepares him meals for the week. And that this woman was widowed and she was lonely and wanting to cook for someone. She loves to cook and she had no one to cook for anymore. Do you see how beautiful that connection happened? So his ex-wife also called him for the first time in over a year. They had no communication, and she called him in over a year and offered the house to him. And she says, if you want to buy the house, you can buy it. I don't want to deal with it. And she said, and can you take the dog? So she said, so he got asked to do, oh, and on top of that, he also got asked to do a comedy headliner show where he does the introductions for these big headliners, like that are really well known, not small headliners, but big headliner comedians. And he got asked to be the opening act and to MC each comedian in. All of that is what happened for him. He went from feeling depressed and lonely, and I'll tell you guys, because I work with Michael, we work together regularly, and he has had some difficult days, and just questioning how and why how he got there and what's going on. And do you see? So he said, I had some dark days. I couldn't see things getting better. And after working with you, I kept saying, my home is filled with people I love and my dog. I know it's unfolding. How is this going to happen, though? He would go through days. We would have some sessions where he's like, Rose, how's this going to happen? One of my kids lives 40 minutes away. Another one lives further in the city. Another one is there, and they're all in 40 minutes away or more, living near their friends, and I'm too far away. I'm completely out of the way. He said, I remember one time he said, this is baloney. He said, this is not going to work. It's not going to happen. They're not going to want to come all the way over just to stay with me. I'm completely out of the way. All their friends are over there. There's nothing over here for them. And I said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I said, so what happened? While working together, he said, I decided I'm staying here and preparing the home for them. So he went from being needy to expectation. Okay, because he was even tempted. The reason why his ex-wife called and asked if he wanted to buy the house is because he was even contemplating buying the old house so that he can take action to move towards his kids so he wouldn't be alone. He thought, if I move closer, then I can control how I get this and I get what I want, and I'm going to take action and move over there. I'm going to leave my house. And I said, you can do that if you want to. I said, but you don't have to. You're trying to intervene and figure out how your house is going to be full of love and life and the dog. You're trying to figure all the how out. Do you see? You don't have to do that. You're trying to chase your desire instead of allowing your desire to come to you. All right? So he tried actions. He tried talking. He tried having those relationship talks with his kids. He tried having talks and arguments even with the ex-wife over time, right? He tried doing different things. He wanted to move towards them. Like I said, he felt desperate. He just felt so desperate at times because the loneliness was just consuming him, and he just couldn't handle being all alone and separate from his family. Do you see? He decided, though, and stood down on his power of, I am that now. He decided, no, enough is enough. I am this guy. I am that guy that has a house full of love and the dog in the driveway. And he even said that he pictured a couple times as he was coming home, because it's usually just him in the driveway, but he would picture his driveway full of cars, which to him implied his house is full of love, which is what he saw. And he said one day, when he was writing this, before he wrote this, he said, one day I came home, and before I knew it, Rose, it was one thing after the other. And he said, I drove up into the driveway and it was full of cars, just like I had imagined. So I love these I'm going to quote these two things for you. One is of Neville, and the first one is from 2 Corinthians 5:7. For we walk by faith and not by sight. And I love the word sight, metaphysically, meaning vision and sight, is the intellect. It's the intellectual perception, but that cannot be trusted. You cannot rely on what you see with the sight, because your sight can give you incorrect vision based off of your perception, based off your assumption is only what you can see. I can't even tell you how many clients that I've seen that have gone from assuming that they couldn't to I can, and then the thing that they wanted was right underneath their nose. It was right there. But what did they do? They let go of thinking and believing and choosing that they don't have it, they can't have it, that it's impossible, just like Michael did, to moving to I have it, and then the thing appears right in front of them. That is why that scripture says, for we walk by faith and not by sight, because your eyeballs will not show you the thing that you desire until you internally move in faith, trusting that what you want is there. So Neville Goddard says faith is loyalty to the unseen reality. Your faith is you're being loyal to what you can't see. Do you see? You're being loyal. You're choosing your loyalty to what you cannot see with your eyeballs. You're being loyal to what you cannot hear with your ears. You're being loyal to that. Even though I can't see it, even though I can't touch it, even though I choose to have faith in that unseen, because these eyes will show me when I move within that what I want is in front of me. It works like that. You walk by faith, not by sight. And when you do, you too will see the unseen unfold itself in front of you. One state of lack, of struggle, of trying to affirm it's not working. How come it's not working? It's been this long. If you remain in that state, your eyes cannot see what you desire, because you are not aligned. You are not declaring. You're not standing down in your assumption to see it. You believe it within, you have faith into the unseen, and then you will see it. I hope this video was helpful, and I intend that it helps you see things rightly through the eyes of God, not through your human eyes, but through the eyes of God that sees it all perfect, whole, and completed. Thank you guys so much for liking the video, and thank you for subscribing to The Rosey Life, and thank you for helping us grow and sharing the content with others. And I appreciate you guys so much, and I love you, and I appreciate every single one of you, because you all are so freaking amazing, and I intend for you to see it and believe it and have faith in it right now, that you are amazing, you're powerful, you have it all. The truth is simple, and the truth shall set you free. I'll see you soon. Bye.